guys, I'm drinking, but it's Saturday night, so it's well, no, it is Sunday night. It's the weekend. I love this shirt because you can't tell if I'm like 500 pounds or like 5 pounds. Obviously 5. I know some people don't like these glasses, but I already told you if I don't wear them, I'm gonna get a lazy eye. People think I'm wearing this for like style, like, do I look like someone who would do that? I honestly cannot believe that I haven't already told you guys this story. Actually, yes, I can believe it. Because there's always a chance that she's gonna see this video, and honestly, I'm fucking terrified. My sister Jen was telling me the other day, she's like, bitch, why haven't you done a story on this? Because she was there that night, she was visiting. She's pretty much the reason this happened. And I was like, Jan, actually, I don't know. If you guys don't know who my sister Jen is, well, she's not my sister, but she's like my sister. Like, I feel like we're real sisters, but then they tried to separate us at birth, but then we like found each other again. Anyway, if you haven't seen my worst date ever story time, I'm gonna link it down below. She's the one that's laying in the back like a fucking potato. So this all took place in one night of my life. Changed me forever. So let me walk you through a wonderful night in my life. This was the same weekend where I filmed that story time where Jen was laying in the back, and Jen one day was like, hey, can my friend come over? We're gonna call her friend Judy. No, that's not her real name. I'm terrified to use her real name. I will not go there. I know where to draw the line, okay? I value my life. So she asked me if Judy could come over, and I said, yeah, of course. And she's like, but she lives kind of far. She's gonna make a few-hour drive. Can she sleep over? And I was like, yeah, of course. If you know her, I trust you. Anyone you know can come over. First, I don't know how to start this. So Judy gets to my house, and you know, it's cool because she was also someone who was on the internet, not a big person on the internet, but someone I had known of on the internet. And I was like, oh, it's cool. It's like nice to finally meet you and stuff like that, because you know, you have a preconceived idea of how people are gonna be. She gets there at 6 p.m. By 7 p.m., she is crying. Now let me explain a little bit further. She is an older woman, okay? She's not old, but she is definitely an adult. She is in her 30s, I believe. So since she is an adult, I said, would you like some wine? Because I had wine and maybe she wanted some. She said, sure, I would love some wine. So I served her some wine. She had 1 glass. So then I asked her if she wanted more wine because I always want more wine. So I figured she did too. She said, yes, I would love some more wine. So this is 2 glasses, okay? 2 glasses. Now I realized that 2 glasses of wine could make anyone like kind of tipsy, but they weren't like entirely full. They were just normal glasses of wine, whatever. She started crying like at the counter. Like we're all just having a conversation, she's crying. The plan for that night was to stay in. So we were gonna watch a movie, which we started watching, and then we were gonna order some pizza, have some wine, you know, do a little, you know, smoke a little weed. It was supposed to be like a chill night. And all of a sudden she's just crying. So when we ask her like, hey, are you okay? She's like, yeah. Totally fine, let's have a fun night. And I was like, okay girl, you don't have to tell me twice, let's have a fun night. We didn't have a fun night, okay? She brought cigarettes to my house, and I'm under the impression that she, prior to that, doesn't really smoke a lot of cigarettes, only when she's pretty stressed out. So right off the bat, I kind of knew that something was bothering her. I mean, obviously she was fucking crying, but I mean, I didn't want to pry. Someone just came over my house. I don't know you like that. If you want to just have a chill night and get your mind off of things, like, cool, that's fine with me. I've cried when I was drunk before, so I was like, okay, she's probably just like kind of wasted, whatever. This was at a point where I still lived with my roommate Leslie, well, my best friend Leslie, but she was also our roommate at that time. And so Leslie was there as well. So it was me, Jen, Leslie, Judy, and Joey, my brother. Remember the names, okay? I'm not gonna repeat that. I didn't smoke anything, but she wanted to smoke, so I was like, you want weed? Yeah, I have weed. You want some? I got you. I'll roll it up for you, girl. I was just there to help, okay? And so I gave her some weed, and she was smoking, and I was like, cool, like, it's chill, like, everything's fine. Everything was not fine. She just started acting really weird. She was like shaking, she was going in and out of the bathroom like every 2 minutes, I would say. And it was really bizarre behavior. And I was like, oh shit, the bitch got too high. And I don't know if that's what happened, okay? Honestly, I don't think that weed and alcohol combined can make a person do what she did for the rest of the night, but honestly, it could have escalated the situation. Maybe she wouldn't have been this crazy on her own, but she was crazy nonetheless. So she smoked, whatever, going in and out of the bathroom, and I was like, is she throwing up? I mean, mind you, this is an hour and a half since she got to my house. I was like, oh shit, that sucks. Because I mean, I've been there, not maybe an hour and a half into the night, but I've been there. And the last thing you need when you're throwing up is people judging you. So I was just like, oh my God, that sucks that she feels sick. So she was like throwing up every 2 minutes, which grosses me out. I hate people throwing up in my toilet. At this point in the night, an hour and a half into her being there, she had already said and done things that were really bizarre, and she was making us uncomfortable. So instead of like sitting and having a chill night, we were like, let's go out. Like, let's just walk to a bar and like not maybe have to talk to her that much. And like, I feel kind of mean saying that, but it was just like, okay, we can have fun going out, but then also We don't have to talk to her that much. I'm sorry, it's mean, but it's true. So me and Jen go into my room and start doing our makeup while she stays out there with Leslie and Joey. And all of a sudden, I hear her screaming at the top of her lungs, okay? Just imagine you are in your room and you hear this. Organization! Organization! Huh? Who? What? When? Where? What? Organization. Back to back. She said it just like that at the top of her lungs, like she had just seen a body cut up into a billion pieces, but apparently very organized. I ran out of my room because I was like, what the fuck is happening? And she was looking in my fucking storage closet that my brother had just organized, but it wasn't that organized. You know, like the brooms were hung up on hooks and like the suitcases were like that and like there were, it was like a closet. She literally dropped to her knees, okay? I walked out there, she was on her knees, hands up, praising Jesus. Organization. I gotta go. At this point, I was like, oh no, she gotta get out of my house. But I'm just not a person that's gonna say, get the fuck out of my house. That's just not gonna happen. She was already drunk, she was kind of high, and she lived hours away. So I knew she was gonna sleep in my house. So I was like, fuck. Then me and Jen just went back to doing our makeup. We're like, okay, let's just ignore that ever happened. Jen was being super nice to her. Honestly, at that point, I was just like, I can't talk to her. I want her to go away. I'm sorry. I think everyone's beautiful. Everyone deserves friends, but I don't gotta be everyone's friend, you know? Somebody's out there for her, but it ain't me. So in an effort to be nice, Jen asked her, hey, would you like Jessie to do your makeup? Because, I was a makeup artist for a while, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to do your makeup, like, trying to be nice. And she was like, I'd much rather talk to people and get to know them than just sit around and have someone do my makeup. And I was like, damn bitch, fine. I don't know how I ended up doing her makeup because I did, but like I ended up doing it anyway, but she was all sassy about it, like I don't know. So I'm doing her makeup finally after she allowed me by the grace of her kindness. And I'm playing Bed of Lies by Nicki Minaj on my speaker because I like for music to be playing when I'm doing makeup, because if not, it's kind of like awkward as fuck. Her eyes are closed because I'm doing her eyeshadow, all right? I got my 217 and I'm blending. And all of a sudden, while I'm blending her eyeshadow, I see a tear falling from her eye. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Am I doing this too hard? Like, am I hurting you? She goes, no, it's my allergy. It's my allergy. It's totally fine. I was like, oh, okay. And all of a sudden, her fucking eyes morphed into Shamu's fucking blowhole, okay? Water was falling from her eyes, okay? Waterfall status. And I stopped and I'm like, are you okay? And she just looked at me and she was like, I'm like, oh shit. So I tried to comfort her, and I guess Bed of Lies was like her trigger song, like I'm not judging. So I ended up just like giving up on her makeup, gave her like a half-ass, like here you go, you look great. And we went to a bar that was not too far from my house. I figured she had sobered up, it had been a few hours, we were all getting ready and all that stuff. So we go out, we go into the bar, and all of a sudden we're dancing, we go to the back, we're having a good time, and I feel an elbow hit my back. And I realized that it was a guy and his girlfriend like really recklessly dancing, which is my pet peeve. Like, be aware of your surroundings, you buffoon. Whatever, I was just like taking it, like I was literally like being shot like every fucking 2 seconds. All I did was I asked Jen, I was like, can I switch places with you? Because I'm probably gonna kill them if they keep doing that to me. And Jen was like, yeah, that's fine. So Jen went where I was and she started getting knocked in the back. Mind you, they were not doing this intentionally, okay? They obviously were just drunk, like fucking killing it on the dance floor, but like killing it like literally. So Jen started getting hit and like Jen don't play that. So Jen was like, nah, I'm switching with someone else. Nah, fuck this shit. So she switches with Judy, but does Judy switch with someone else when she starts getting knocked in the back? No, Judy doesn't. Judy starts elbowing this guy on the fucking face, elbowing his ears and his head and his neck. Like, I was there staring at this like, Judy, no! I was so baffled. She had literally only been hit like maybe once or twice, and it was obvious that they were dancing, and like, yeah, it was annoying, but you could have just moved. And she just goes, fucking attacking this guy. We all saw this. So his girlfriend steps in and is like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you hitting him? And it was such a fucking mess. Leslie ended up going to the guy and he was like, your friends are crazy. Your friends are fucking crazy. She's like, no, only one of our friends are crazy. Don't worry. It was just really embarrassing. So after a certain while, I was just like, we need to get the fuck out of here. This is horrible. But by that time, I had lost her. I didn't even know where fucking Judy went. Judy was, I didn't even care anymore. Apparently by that time, Judy had already been kicked out or something because she was standing outside by herself, which honestly, whatever. What does everyone want to do after a bar? We're like, okay, we're gonna go to IHOP. We're walking to, this part's funny. We're walking to IHOP and I shit you not, this bitch walked into a pool so hard. I mean, you could have heard that shit from miles away. Literally walked straight into a pool. She was not looking to the side. She was not distracted by talking to someone, just like walked into it like bam. And I looked at her and I'm like, holy shit. And she was like, it's fine, and kept going. So we go to IHOP. She orders French toast. Bitch does not eat the French toast. You don't go to IHOP and order French toast and then not eat the French toast. What's wrong with you? Aren't you American? So she leaves her French toast there, but then she pulls out her Vine account and literally pretends to be asleep on the table. Goes like this, starts snoring, and vines herself. And uploads like 8 vines of her pretending to sleep. Like we're all watching her, vining herself, pretending to sleep, but she's there, not really sleeping. I don't think you understand. We were all just there like, what has our lives become? What is this? So we go into the Uber to go home. Actually, it was a Lyft because I'm banned from Uber, but like that's another story. We get into the Lyft and Sia's Elastic Heart is playing, and this bitch loves herself some Sia. So she's like, turn it up, and she's like killing it in the front seat. I'm like, I'm done. So we get home, and honestly at that point it was a lot. I don't know if you realize in this story how much it was like it was just overwhelming to be around her. And so when I realized like, oh my god, that's right, she's gonna have to sleep over, I was like, I'm locking my door. So we got home, and I genuinely, like, I'm not even joking, like this is 100% serious, I thought she was gonna kill my dog. I don't know why I thought she was gonna kill my dog. I was drunk and I was like, she's gonna kill my dog. I just did not feel safe. Nobody felt safe. Leslie didn't feel safe. Nobody in the house felt safe. So I told Jen, go sleep in my room, lock the door. I'm gonna sleep with Leslie. I'm gonna lock the door, and Joey's gonna have to fend for himself. She slept on the couch, and the next morning we woke up. We weren't sure if she was still there or not, so we walked out. There was a note, and I was like, oh my god, this note is probably gonna be like, I'm sorry, I was like really drunk, really high last night, like, oh, this was embarrassing. The note said, had so much fun last night, we should do this again, thanks guys, love, Judy. What? No words can explain exactly how confused this made everyone, because I was like expecting just something way different, but then again, she's not something that I was expecting in the first place. I just thought it was a funny story, and so just like every unfortunate funny thing that has happened, I wanted to share it with you guys. So that's the time a psychotic lady slept over my house. Woo! Anyway, that's all for today's video, obviously, because it's the end of it. Subscribe to my channel, please. I put on videos every Tuesday and Saturday, please. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and this 500-pound or 5-pound girl, we'll see you on Saturday. Bye! Do you think Donald Trump thinks his wife like really loves him?
Let me tell you something. Have you seen his hair?
Oh my god.
That guy naked must be the most disgusting, horrific human being.
Ew, why'd you have to say that?
To screw that guy, you have to be insane.